Teenage, a very weird age in which we all have been through. This is the age where we have to decide our career and to focus on our studies. But we are a little bit interested in our love life too at this age. Like we dream about relationships and soulmates. But what if your family and your life is all about studies? It's all about focusing on your career, all about getting a job, just getting married and having children? That's it. Well, here I present Once in a Lifetime by Jhumpa Lahiri. I had seen you before, too many times to count, but a farewell that my family threw for yours at our house in Inman Square is when I begin to recall your presence in my life. Your parents had decided to leave Cambridge, not for Atlanta or Arizona, like other Bengalis do, but to move all the way back to India, abandoning the struggle that my parents and their friends had embarked upon. It was 1974. I was 6 years old. You were 9. What I remember most clearly are the hours before the party. My mother spent preparing for everyone to arrive. The furniture was polished, the paper plates and napkins set out on the table. The rooms filled with the smell of lamb curry and pulao, and the El Air du Temps, which my mother only used for special occasions. First she sprayed on herself, and then a firm squirt that temporarily darkened whatever I was wearing. I was dressed in an outfit that my grandmother gifted me from Calcutta. White pajamas with tapered legs and a waist wide enough that could grate two of me side by side, and a turquoise kurta and a black velvet vest embroidered with plastic pearls. These 3 pieces were arrayed on my parents' bedroom while I was in the bath. I was shivering, my fingertips puckered and white, as my mother threaded a length of thick drawstring to the giant waist of the pajamas with a safety pin, gathering up the stiff material bit by bit and then knotting the drawstring tightly at my stomach. The circle, the seal of the textile company. I remember fretting about this fact, wanting to wear something else, but my mother assured me that the seal would come out in the wash, adding that because of the length of the kurta, no one would notice it anyway. My mother had more pressing concerns. In addition to the quality and quantity of the food, she was worried about the weather. The snow was predicted that day, and this was the time when my parents and their friends didn't own cars. Most of the guests, including you, lived less than a 15-minute walk away, either in my neighborhood behind Harvard and MIT or just across the Mass Avenue Bridge, but some were farther, coming by bus for the tea from Malden or Medford or Walton. I suppose Dr. Chaudhry can drive people home, she said of your father as she untangled my hair. Your parents were slightly older, seasoned immigrants, but mine were not. They had left India in 1962 before the laws welcoming foreigners to this change. Your father already had a PhD and he drove a car, a silver Saab with bucket seats, to his job at engineering firm in Andover. Our mothers met when mine was pregnant. She didn't know it yet. She was feeling dizzy and sat down on a bench in a small park. Your mother was perched on a swing, gently swaying back and forth as you soared above her. When she noticed a young Bengali woman in a sari wearing a vermilion in her hair, "Are you feeling all right?" Your mother asked in a polite form. She told you to get off the swing, and then she and you escorted my mother home. It was during the walk that your mother suggested that perhaps mine was expecting. They became instant friends, spending their days together while our fathers were at work. They talked about the lives they had left in Calcutta, your mother's beautiful home in Jodhpur Park, with hibiscus and rose bushes blooming on the rooftop, and my mother's modest flat in Maniktala, above a grimy Punjabi restaurant where 7 people existed in 3 small rooms. In Calcutta, they would probably have had little occasion to meet. Your mother went to a convent school and was the daughter of one of Calcutta's most prominent lawyers, a pipe-smoking Anglophile and a member of the Saturday Club. My mother's father was a clerk in the General Post Office, and she had neither eaten at a table, nor sat on a commode before coming to America. Those differences were irrelevant in Cambridge, where they were both equally alone.